Hello everyone, my name is John Ellis Guino, and today I will demonstrate the network I created for the ABC company using the Cisco Packet Tracer. So the company has two main branches, which is the Sydney and Melbourne branches. So in here is the whole topology. So it has two separate networks, Sydney and Melbourne. So um, on the left side, we have a server here and security. So these both devices uses a static IP addresses because it needs to be permanent. Whilst the other connection here, which is for employees, they uses the DHCP connection. So next here is the Melbourne connection. So we use the Ether channel here for both IT department and for the HR department. So it both uses a virtual LAN for them to be connected to each other. So next is I will show you guys the interfaces on the routers. So here um, on the Sydney router, I'll show you guys here it is. So the Sydney router uses these IP addresses. For example, these ones here. So this is the default gateways. So here for connection 0/0, this is the gateway for the server network, and for this next one is for the employees. So the serial connection between the central connection here, it connects to the other servers, which is from the Melbourne. So then I will show you the Melbourne here. So as you can see here, the connection on the 0/0.10, it means that it has a virtual LAN 10, and then the other connection is the virtual LAN 20, which is the point 20. And then the serial connection and the Melbourne connects to the central as well, which is this one. And then this is the central connection. So I'll show you guys the connection between those two branches. So here it is, the serial connections. 0/0/0/0 is the Sydney, and then the 0/0/0/1 as 1 is the Melbourne. So next one, I'll demonstrate the VLANs and inter virtual LANs routing here. So we will go to the switch for Melbourne. So here it is. So as you can see here, the virtual LAN 10 belong to the IT here, and then the virtual LAN 20 is for HR. So it was named here. So they are assigned for virtual 10, and then for IT, and then virtual 20 for HR. So I will show you the switch. So yeah, so as you can see, it has the same virtual LAN. Yeah. So for inter virtual LAN, we will check the IT computer if it's pinging the HR computer. So yep, so it's working, means that it has a connection. This just proved that the Melbourne route can route the traffic between the virtual LANs 10 and virtual LAN 20. So next is I will demonstrate the trunk and ether channel. So on this same switch here for Melbourne 1, here it is. So the ether channel combines these connections here. The connections for F0 so the trunk connection carries traffic for VLAN, virtual LAN 20 between the router and switches. So it just shows here. So then I'll show you guys the ether channel. So as you can see here, so this combines these two connections. So we uses the LACP for them to combine, and it bundles the connection. So the SU means that it is a layer 2 ether channel and it's currently active, and then the P besides this connection just means that they are correctly joined to the ether channel. So that's the ether channel and trunks. So I will demonstrate now the RFP routing. So we'll go to the central routing here, and then I'll show you guys the here it is. So the routers uses the RFP version to share the routes automatically. The routes marked with the letter R, which is in here, were learned through RRP. So our core, or the central router, learned the Sydney networks, which is this 10.50.1 slash 0/24, and then this one. So they all learn it through the RIP. So next, oh sure. So I will show you guys the protocols. So here it is. So just this confirms that the RFP version 2 is currently active, and automatic summarization is currently disabled. So next I'll show you the DHCP demonstration. So I'll delete this one because I already put it. Yep. So we will add another PC for employee here. We will just name it employee 2. Here goes. So I'll connect it to. I'll just wait for it to have a connection. So this network here, we will use the DHCP for it to be automatically received or assigned in IP addresses without assigning it manually. I'll click the DHCP here, requesting for IP address. So nope, still yep. So it's now working now. It's automatically assigned an IP addresses, which is from the 10.50.2.0. So it automatically connects assign a subnet mask as well. So I'll try to ping. I'll try to ping it. So here it goes. It just means that it has a connection. Yeah, so it's successful. So I'll now demonstrate the ACL. So I did a before here without the permission. Oh, sorry, without the permission. Yeah. So I'll demonstrate here. I'll ping the server from the Sydney. So that's the IP address for the server. So it has a connection because it doesn't have any permits yet. Okay, so we'll go back to the original one. Okay, so I'll ping the IT first just to make you guys a demonstration. So in this current one, it has a ACL permits that blocks the HR from accessing the servers. So I'll go back to the HR. I'll ping the server again. Yep, it just shows it doesn't have any connection to the servers because it has a ACL implementation in this one. So I'll show you guys the access list. The access list. Yep, so here goes the access list. So the first rules of ACLs permits the IT network to access the Sydney server. The second rule is to deny the HR network from accessing the server. So yeah, so to conclude everything, the network requirements are successfully completed. So Sydney uses the static addressing and the DHCP. Melbourne uses the virtual LANs and inter-VLAN routing and inter-channel and RFP version 2, which connects the branches, while the ACL allows IT and blocks HR from accessing the Sydney server. So that's it. Thank you for watching.